Welcome to this look at a newish mod map to Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. I am here on Domaine de l'OREE. This is a new-ish mod map out by Oncle-Sly, 226.75 megabytes to download. The map looks like this. On New Farmer, we start with the main farm, which is 70,080 to buy. We'll talk about slot count and the farm later on, and field 2. Field prices actually are pretty good. They're all fairly cheap. 76 grand, 55, field 1086. The more expensive plots are the forestry plots, as you can see. 213 grand, 316, 370. But even that, not horrendously expensive. There are... Well, it says there are 3 mods to download for better gameplay. It then lists 4 and it downloads 4. One of them, I mean there is a but to that, one of them I'm puzzled why it's downloaded because it's not used on the map at all. I can understand why it could be used, but it's not used. I'll explain. You'll see as we go around. So, the required mods: the French Farm Buildings Pack by OmaTana, the Metal Shed by SimulatorGAMES, the Grape Production Pack by Chenben, and the Old Sheepfold by VX. Mapping. The other thing it says, and this could just be a translation crossover, it says at the farm you'll find some tools, chickens, cows, beehives, and a good dog named Harley. There aren't any cows, but there are sheep. So if you're on here and you're looking for the cows, there aren't. It's sheep, not cows. But that, again, it's a minor thing. We start here at the castle, which you can go and explore. As far as I can tell, and in the description, and obviously when we go into this menu and we go to this page, normally it will tell you if there are collectibles. There aren't any collectibles, so you can go off and you can have a look around the castle, but there's nothing to actually collect or look for. It's just for a pleasant walk and a bit of scenery. Where is that on the map? We are here at the castle. Now the verges, the periphery of the map, there's plenty of areas like here. I'm clicking on you can't buy. You can buy the area around the castle, but you can't buy the castle. And a lot of plots that have got production chains and sell points on you can't buy either. We do have a railway that runs south-north up the eastern side of the map, and it goes to Marisson. Well, that's an interesting one as well. It says Marisson there, and then we come down to the sell point, and it says, is it Arnaclay? Arnaclay train. So I don't know. Well, either. It doesn't matter. I mean, at the end of the day, you can sell by train, whether it goes to Arnaclay or whether it goes to Marisson. That's entirely up to you to decide. So, from here, we're going to head down or towards the farm. So we're going to head north, follow the road. So what I'm going to do, open that up. I'll get the help window open in a moment. I'm going to put some money in as well because some of the productions we need to purchase when we go around. When we get to the farm, we'll talk about build mode, what's been added in by the map maker, on top of the required mods. Not a huge amount, only a couple of things. It's very picturesque, it's very lovely, there's a really nice feel to it. It's not a massive map. So if we come into here, we can afford to do this with what money we've got already. So this is the Southern Cheese Factories, Fromagerie du Sud. Click on there, 50,000. Butter and cheese can be produced here just by supplying milk. That's the first of our productions that can be purchased. Actually, I'm going to do it now. That's better. Right, so we're going to cross over the road from here to the main farm area without causing any carnage on the roads. So, the main farm, which you start with a new farmer but can be purchased. Now, there is a proviso that comes with that. The farm, all very lovely. Farmhouse with sleep trigger at the front, wardrobe trigger at the back. We've got the dog kennel there for Harley. Click on that. The dog is around somewhere. So sleep trigger there, wardrobe trigger around the back of the building. So on New Farmer, this is all here. On Farm Manager and Start from Scratch. So New Farmer, slot count is 1,259. On Farm Manager and Start from Scratch is 1,024. Difference is you don't start with any of the... Well, I say, you do start with the quad, the little Mahindra, and you start with the farmhouse, but you don't start with any of the other buildings here or any of the vehicles and machinery. The farm area will look... Well, actually won't look like that because You can then remove the farmhouse if you want to, and it will look like this. That does include the wall here, which is removable, the little wall with fence panels, that can be removed. We do have down the side here 3 small beehives with our honey collection point, some front loader gear, fuel tank, I think it's the 5, is it? Oh, 10,000 litre. We've got our harvester, header and header trailer, tucked away neatly in there. We do have 2 tractors. This is the silo from the French Farm Buildings Pack, 5 million litre multi-fruit. Contracts are available on this map, and we do have an additional crop type as well as some extra production as well. The extra crop type is yellow soybeans. That is used specifically in one of the productions, and this silo will take the yellow soybeans as well. We do have a steyr and a class, and then some more equipment. So we've got our weeder, we've got a plough, we've got the larger fertiliser / lime spreader, fertiliser spreader around the back there. We've got a cultivator seeder roller, weight, jet wash. Around the back here we've got our chickens. This is 30, yep, 30 chickens there. Bale trailer, silage clamp, grasswork equipment around the back here. And then this is our sheep barn with some racking outside as well. So like I say, not cows but sheep. 80 of that we can do here, and the wool pallets spawn inside this bit just here. Around the side there, forage wagon, and that's the main farm. Very lovely indeed. Lighting seems very, very good on the map. Colour palette's nice. Texturing's great. So under build mode then, what do we get in addition? I love the cobbled effect. I've always liked that. Into build mode. So on top of the required mods, we have got under farmhouse, that one just there, which is just that doormat, Wellington boots, and a little plant pot. So you can put that wherever you like. In addition to, then we've also got under productions and under factories, we've got these 2. Moulin de Delice de l'Oreille, and I think that's Mill of Delights or something, isn't it? Mill of Delights? Anyway, takes olives and does olive oil and tapenade? No, tapenade? I think it's tapenade. We can make with there, make there, and then we've got the soybean factory. That takes a few different products, but mainly yellow soybean, which is on this map, and you can produce some different goods. We'll have a look when we get out there. One of them being tofu, is it soy drink, soy patties? Anyway, we'll have a look when we get out there. And then I think that was it actually. There wasn't anything under decoration, animals, landscaping. Again, like I say, other than the required mods put in. There was something I was going to say. Oh yeah, the yellow soybeans. If we go into here and we go to our equipment and machinery, under seeders, you look on the end there, it's got the yellow soybean and planters. So you can seed or plant yellow soybeans. It's entirely up to you. And as far as harvesting goes, it's a regular harvester header for harvesting the yellow soybean. Same as you would do for regular soybean. So that's the extra crop type covered. From here then, we can head up to the northeast and then we'll take a route round. I think we're going clockwise today. Kind of clockwise. You know me. We always take some interesting routes around maps. It's really nicely laid out. Nice elevation changes. It's very picturesque. There's some lovely rivers and arched bridges, and yeah, it's a lovely place. It's a really nice map. So, biogas plant. Now the lands can be purchased separately. I did notice as well the triggers seemed very high. Well, you can still access them, but they seemed a little bit high. We do have a shed over the back there. The biogas plant isn't that expensive either, but it does need to be I say it does need to be purchased. It does for the purposes of showing you. 10,626 is all it will cost to buy the land the biogas plant is on. The biogas plant itself is 435,000, so I'm going to need to put some money in because I haven't got enough to do that now. I'm going to put some government subsidy signs just here on the little plots while we've purchased it, and then we'll buy that because I'll show you all the extra things we can do here at the biogas plant. If you bear with me a second, I shall put some money in. there we go. I still have people, strange enough, accusing me of playing and recording on PC but using a PlayStation controller. Honestly, look, I'm not just because I edit out the bits normally where I put the money in, the government subsidy signs. I skip ahead time because I need to. But look, I'm using government subsidy signs. I'm not. There's nothing dodgy. I'm genuinely. That's what I'm doing. So the biogas plant here, 435 grand. If we buy that and then click on this, we can do straw, hay, grass, silage, slurry, manure, and sugar beet cut. All those things can come in with digestate coming out as our it's like byproducts, but our products coming out from there. So a few extra things can be put in here to run our biogas plant. Very handy indeed. So down into the main, say, town. There's a town and then a sort of industrial area and then a little village, and I say it's got nice different elevation changes, and it has a nice. I think it is completely made up. I'm pretty sure it says a small map simply created and imagined. It's not a real place, but it has a nice real feel to it. So down the road. I have to say, whenever you get these, the old Mahindra Retriever, I've said this before, these things slide all over the place. I don't know why it's never been fixed, the sort of the traction of the wheels, and it doesn't matter what surface you're on, if you go above a certain speed it just slides everywhere. Animal dealer and animal dealer sell point just here, so you use your sort of kind of bail type things at the animal dealer sell point, and the animal dealer is just there. And if we cross over the road, farm dog loves an animal dealer, as you can tell with his squeaky ball. If you heard that in the background, there it goes off again. So here we have got the Jardin des Fermiers farm shop just here. The sell point for your regular grain crop types, and then the other sell point here is for your palleted products. Just there. We have a lime station through there, and then next door to this we have got the main vehicle shop with workshop. This is the reset point on the map as well, so if anything needs to be reset, this is where it will reset from. So main store, actually I didn't check, I don't think we can go inside, can we? No. But vehicle shop, workshop trigger, and like I say, and reset point as well. Next door to that we've got the gas station, which has got an electricity charge point here as well. And then we're going to go out and across over the bridge. And this is what I was talking about. It's lovely, like bridges, rivers, arched bridge for the railway. It's just really picturesque. It's a lovely place. So, up towards the railway. We're going to head this way. Now the map does have well, sorry, that's on me every time. I'll keep saying now, wouldn't be a map to other than pull out in front of traffic, would it? There are 3 placeable points on the map. I mean, there are more, so you can pick any field you like to make into a placeable point. And there's one point where it says you could make a second farm, which you can on any placeable point, but it's kind of a farm area. We're going to cross over the railway now. And what we've got here is the general warehouse sell point and general warehouse buy point. Not as famous in France as General de Gaulle, but general warehouse, just as important. And right on cue, there's the train. So sell point, just there. Buy point, just there. And if we go in, again, if you're not sure what you can buy or sell at any place, we go into our prices for our goods, and they go across to our side there. The general warehouse, that's what they'll pay for your products, and the general warehouse there, that's what you can buy them for. Now usually it's the other way round, because what will often happen is you can buy stuff a lot cheaper and then you can sell it on, you can make a bit of profit, but it's the other way around here. So it's going to charge you more. If you're that desperate for a crop, you've got to pay a premium for it. So it stops people from just buying the crop from one point there, taking it straight to the sell point and just making a massive profit, I suppose. Anyway, these 2 buildings here on this side of the railway, we can't buy any of the land here. This is part of the stuff that you can't purchase. Which is a pity really, because I thought that'd be quite cool if you could buy those plots of land and then maybe put sell points and stuff on them. But we're going to turn down here first of the placeables plots is just there. And then we've got the railroad silo. The railroad silo is one of the ones, you can use it as just a silo if you want to, a free silo. But it is a transfer silo, so we put into the silo over there. We can take out of the silo here, and then the train can unload into the silo, or take out of the silo just here. This takes regular railroad silo crop types. So usually your standard silo plus potato, sugar beet, sugar cane, wood chip, seed, a few extras. This one will do yellow soybean as well. I should go around the roundabout the correct way really. Again, this plot you can't buy that either, which again would be quite cool if you could just put a sell point trigger on it and rename it, you know, transport sell point. It's just a small thing, but and then we've got the rent train point. Rent train is 500 per hour, so not too expensive for loading up your train and sending off. If you might have a contract. A lot of people say, but I don't ever use the train. But you might, if you do contracts, you might get a contract that requires you to sell by train, in which case you will need to load it up and send it off. This is where you can do that. So back out onto the road, and we will head down the hill. So this is the next placeables point, but this is the one that it's referring to as a farm. If you purchase it, you don't get any, there's no animal pens, there's no triggers, there's no sleep trigger, but again, there's plenty of mods and stuff available. But you have the farmhouse here, and then if we come out of the yard area here, there is a shed and this open area. So we are currently, I will show you where we are on the map. So we came from the biogas plant down the main road here, through all these sell points, the animal dealer, the Le Jardin de Fermier, farm shop, lime station, and we came across the bridge and round up to here to general warehouse, who I think would have been a fantastic president. Anyway, the railroad silo, rent train just there. One purchase point, up one, there we go. So that one there, which was the first placeables point, went past 17,736. This one here, plot 31, 62,928. That's all, and you get that filled with it as well. So you get this plot, that plot, all this open area, and that filled to the south of it. Pretty good, isn't it? Not a bad price at all. So, from here, continuing on. Now I have kind of scoured across the map, as I often do, looking for points or places that could be a plot you can buy that might have something on it that when you purchase it, the icon will come up on the map. And I haven't found a single thing for the Grape production pack. That's what's puzzled me as to why it's. And I'll get it. You know, it would work really well on here. It's the sort of ground. There are some grape vines on the map, and there are some olive orchards on the map. But yeah, nothing sort of set in stone. So if we turn down here, we've got the grain mill. We're going to purchase this as well because this has got some additionals, I think, as well. So our grain mill, if we buy that. So this one will do wheat, barley, oat, sorghum, but this will also sunflower oil and canola oil. The reason being that the other production, the soybean, is it soybean? No, the olives sort of factory up on the hill, the Moulin de l'Oreille. I'm sorry if you're French, I do apologise. Yeah, that does your olives into olive oil, so your sunflower and your canola are done here at the mill. From here we're going to head up into the little village on the hillside, and it's really pretty and picturesque. And the weird thing was, and I don't know why, I don't know if anyone like me, you have these weird, you know, oh dear, I am very peculiar. As I was driving through there, my mind straight away went to, I mean, you think of the amount of films and series and things that have been set in French towns and villages and stuff over the years, and my first thought was James Bond film. I just imagined a car chase through a little, you know, the old, oh, which one was it? That had the Lotus submarine and the little yellow, yeah, where was the yellow Citroën? It just reminded me of that. I just had this vision of that. So, first sell point as we come into the little village here. This is the grocery sell point to our right. To our left, as we go around and we turn into the village, just up in there is the hotel. Hotel sell point just there. We continue. It's a lovely little place. And we turn up here. The only downside to this, and I thought, oh man, this was one of those, it's like idyllic. It's just absolutely fantastic. Come up to here, and we've got the restaurant sell point, which is just here. And the restaurant has got this fantastic balcony overlooking the countryside, but you can't get to it. I thought, oh, I'll go around the back. And it's that weird thing. It doesn't really matter. It's not important. It's not really relevant. But I was gutted. I was like, oh, I can just imagine the view out from there. It'd be absolutely wonderful. Anyway, again, very weird thing. And what I had that sudden moment of, oh, cool, James Bond film, was coming back. And I was trying to find my way back down. And there's a little set of steps here. It was so bizarre. And I just had visions of a car or a motorbike or something going banging down those steps, and I just honestly, the things that go through my mind. Anyway, that's the restaurant sell point. We turn down here. I know. We continue through the village. Does this count as a village or a town? I'm sure it's a village, isn't it? And then we go here. We've got the bakery. We can drive right the way around too if you want to, but we have the bakery around the back. This is standard. This one just does cakes and bread. So the bakery point around the back here. And we do need to drive past anyway. And then we shall continue out into the countryside. So. So the left turn just here. Out onto the road. I have to be incredibly careful because if you corner at speed, this will go up to 60 miles an hour, but like I say, it gets a little bit skittery, a little bit skatey. We'll get to those down there in a minute. So, as we come down the hill, we're going to take a right, and then first left. To the Sawmill. Now, the Sawmill, I did double check with this, with the Platinum Expansion Edition on when I do my kind of quick whiz round to check everything. It's I say it's a standard Sawmill, it's not. Now, usually a standard Sawmill, wood in, planks out with wood chip as a byproduct, and the planks go to the carpentry to make furniture or onwards to do other productions or whatever you want to do. If we purchase the Sawmill here for 125,000, this one we've got furniture, planks, but it does all of it. So it produces planks and furniture and wood chips, so it's kind of a Sawmill carpentry all in one. So it's just lumber in, but weirdly normally you use your planks for the onward journey to make furniture, but it'll do it all here, so you get a sort of, I say, a double whammy. And the recipe's actually pretty good on that. 3 wood in for 6 out on planks, 4 on furniture, and a little bit of wood chip. So not a bad old production, that. Pretty handy indeed. So that's your Sawmill / carpentry. Go back to the map and I'll show you where we are and where we've been. I haven't done that for a little while. So we came around the bottom there, past that Placeables point, out there to the grain mill. Then we came up there and up this road here, through into the little village, up through the James Bond chase scene up here. Then we came up around across the bridge there and down here. We're now at the Sawmill. So what we're going to do now is drive around the forest here and take in these ones as we come back around, and then up from there and it's back to the main farm. So, but these ones are the 2 factories put in by the map maker. So in addition to the yellow soybean these are the new productions, extra productions that have been put in. I can always tell when I'm looking at my notes when I drift across the road. Luckily, there was nothing coming. Plenty of forestry. If forestry's thing. If it's not, doesn't matter. You don't have to do it. So, again, apologies for murdering the French language. This is the Moulin de Deliche de l'Oreille. So if we purchase this building here, and jump with joy, we do olive oil and tapenade here. I mean, tapenade is so mashed up, that's probably the wrong word, but chopped olives, often capers are used, and sometimes anchovies as well. And then they do vegan versions which don't have the anchovies in. So I've never been a big fan of olives. I know some of my kids absolutely love them. Not that you need to know that, but anyway, I was just thinking of tapenade. I was thinking, oh, I don't know if I'd like that. Anyway, so yeah, you can make that here from your olives, and we've got an olive orchard right next door. Actually, hang on a minute. No, that's your olive orchard. Hang on, double check that, because they look like. But we haven't got the olive tree mod. I was going to say it's not. No, nothing's up for triggers. I say they look like the olive trees, but that's not one of the required mods. There's no triggers or anything come up for them. Anyway, the olive grove is there. So, next along, that's the spinnery, just there, standard, cotton and wool in. Then we've got 2 placeable points, and this also made me suddenly think, hang on a minute, have I installed, and it automatically downloaded the Grape production pack, but did I not select it? But to put the map on, it requires you, it selects them to put them on. So it is on, and it does say in the description there are 3 plots for placing buildings, which we saw the first one up at the railway, and then there's these 2 here. So yeah, so 2 placeable points just here. And then lastly, on our tour, we come to the soybean factory. Whoa, stop. Just here. Click on that. So, soybean patties, soy smoothie, and tofu you can produce here. Yellow soybean in, and then the recipes, it requires barley flour, sunflower oil, and water for the various different recipes. If you want to do all 3 of those, there's some extra productions. That's the soybean factory. Jump back in. And what I'm going to do is pull over to one side, and I'll show you, just because, like I say again, a lot of times it's just for my own sanity as well as anything else. We come back out to the map and we click on here. So what I would often do is look at anywhere where there's a building on the map. But like I say, a lot of those you can't purchase the plots of land. The woodlands are woodlands. I did check those, but we've just driven past them. There's no buildings on them anyway. That's where the olive factory is. That's the sawmill. We can purchase that plot of land, but you've still got the sawmill on there. And that's the farm area. These plots you can't purchase. So there's no plot on here that you can buy. And I did even try off camera these here that have got the grapes. I thought maybe if you buy those plots, maybe some of the grape productions will pop up. So I did that and that. That one. That one. And that one. Do that and that. Nothing comes up, no triggers, no icons, no buildings. So yeah, the Grape production pack is on here and it's usable, and you've got some plots of land replaceables if you want to use them, but they're not technically on the map. Anyway, and then we drive back around, we're back at the main farm. And that is the map. That's Domaine de l'Oreille by Oncle-Sly. I've done it again. I can't remember if I said at the start. 226.75 megabytes download. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.